Everybody just start talking at once.
Yeah. Welcome to Headcannons. Yeah.
Whatever you feel like it's in your heart.
Yeah, nobody would know what's ever going on, but at least they know the show was introed in because three people introed the show at once.
All at once.
Don't worry, we're recording now, buddy.
Oh crap! Well,
Yeah.
Let me put my phone down. How about that?
Also, a good reason why to use my phone as a camera. I can't mess with it and get like fiddle with it. So otherwise, I'd totally be like looking at TikToks.
Let me be present. How about that?
Appreciate the fiddling with your phone and looking at TikToks. I mean, we have a show full of TikToks today. Is that a thing? It's like, can I use TikTok that way? Or is another way?
I believe they're just called talks, sir. We got a show full of talks. Or a show full of ticks.
Nothing.
What about Scott's Tots?
Scott's Tots.
Oh, all my Office fans out there. All right, intro the show, man. Let's go. Let's do this. We're back. It's been a while.
We're back, baby. Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. LL Cool J is something he is. That's rap music. Welcome back, everybody. We are so glad to be back here. The Head Cannon Circus podcast. We've been gone for a while, mostly because we were all in jail. They put us out. We got locked up. We had to pay fines. Just a little grand larceny, nothing really big. Just a little. We're 6 months. It was great. But we're back, and we're better than ever. And it's going to be great. We're going to have a great and wonderful show for you guys today. Little things different from what we have done back in the past, but it should still be entertaining as well. But without further ado, I could not do this show without my two wonderful co-hosts, co-hostesses. Of course, starting up first, he puts the Jason in Friday the 13th. I don't know. Jason, how you doing?
I like that. I mean, yeah, that freaky Jason killer dude. Yeah. Hockey mask up. Maybe I should go there for Halloween. Just put on a hockey mask. I'm like, oh, what are you? I'm like, oh, I'm Jason.
I was actually Jason for Halloween once. Second grade. Yeah.
Did you do the layers of it? The layers of the
second grade?
Yeah.
So you were 8 years old.
It's hilarious because definitely at that time, any horror movie would have given me nightmares for like months.
Your mom. I just don't understand your mom. I don't get her.
So she's the brilliant woman that understood,
Enigma.
The zeitgeist. She was a wonderful woman.
Your name is Jason. That murderer over there, his name is Jason. Yeah. You should meet him for Halloween. And I'm like, yes, mother.
The layers. And the people know you when you're old. Yeah. They go, where are you for Halloween? Oh, I'm Jason. And it's like, yeah, the layers. See, I got it. Yeah. Shout out to Mama Baker. Come on. Keeping it on.
Thomas. She got remarried. My parents ain't married, man. Come on. What are you talking about?
I mean, I was trying to get hope for Black love, man.
Not a such thing.
Which will be a topic on the show today.
Yes, and how toxic it is. Also with us today, as per usual, she just makes everything much better and brighter. If it wasn't for her, it'd just be two black dudes talking about misandry or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's
Lisa, how are you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm alive.
I got a kitten, so you're just gonna see her randomly, just because she's a little nuts. So, yeah, good. A lot has happened since we last were together, so it's gonna be nice to catch up.
You should get your kitten its own laptop so he can sit there and just have kitty cam.
I don't think she'll do that.
Look, we're already splitting 3 ways. I'm not splitting 4 ways with Lisa's cat.
I mean, cats get more views. It's like a marketing trick. So
I guess we're splitting it 4 ways.
A cute picture of her in my face, and then it will just go viral. So it'll be fine.
Cat pushing shit off of things. Oh, look at how funny your cat is.
Yeah.
Cat has a lot of opinions.
I know. Damn. She jaded.
Tell us about the global economic state today, Cat. Well, sir.
Oh,
Very fine question.
Man, your cat is racist. Damn.
Why does your cat hate black people and women? What's going on?
Apparently, your cat is a big Ben Shapiro listener.
Oh, I do have a confession though before the.
If you say you're listening to Ben Shapiro, we're going to be done here right now. I'm just saying that.
No. But
I love confessions.
So I actually had the opportunity to go see Beyonce when she was here. Like,
Lisa, be careful with your next words.
I didn't get to go because I was so sick. I got the COVIDs for the second time this year. I was so sick and I was so delirious that I apparently said no. And then like 2 days later, when I came out of my stupor, I was like, wait, did you say that we could have gone to see Beyonce? And he's like, I don't think you could have gone to see Beyonce. He was like, yes, I had the tickets. No, you could not have gone. You were dead. So that's probably going to be like one of my greatest regrets in life, that I could have seen Taylor Swift and Beyonce in the year of our Lord 2023. And
I mean,
got
you
the
could have
COVID.
totally gone with COVID because you would have been at least the 12,000 person there with it spreading it to every single other person.
No, but I was just so sick. I don't even remember like saying no. Like I was so sick. It didn't occur to me what was being asked until 2 days later when I was like out of the stupor. So
like, wait a
no,
second.
if he could have just like smacked me enough to be like, we're going to Beyonce, and then he just had to record the entire reaction the whole time so I could remember it.
Well, I would like to let you know, Lisa, because you said that, we've lost all our female black viewership. All 2 of them. just plummets to the ground.
So greatest summer regret. I am sad. So yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So next time.
Kids and kidettes, ladies and gentlemen, thems and theys. You guys want to get started? Get into some fun stuff?
Yeah.
I want some yes from you, Jason.
Yeah, I was with it. I thought we just needed one confirmation.
Oh no, we need
fun stuff.
I have all our consent here. Well, let's get to some TikToks that we've seen over the past week. Some Scott stocks.
Oh God, I love this one.
Lisa sent this one to us. Yeah. So let's give her a go. Let's see what's going on.
All right.
This man stole a car, and upon realizing there was a baby inside, he returned the baby, scolded the parents for leaving the car unattended with a baby inside, and proceeded to steal the car again. My first question is he from Detroit? The reason I ask if he's from Detroit, my hometown, is because if you look at his mugshot, that is a face of no regret. That is a face of, I will do this again if you let me out of here. As a matter of fact, I might steal your car next. That's what this face is. Now, a lot of people might be like, he's stupid for coming back and scolding the parents. No, what he was doing was proving a point. It was the principle of the whole thing. He wasn't going to come back. Not only am I returning your baby, because that's an extra charge, but I'm telling you why you're out of control for leaving your baby in the car. I shouldn't have to tell you how to raise this baby. Now, I was in the middle of stealing this car. I'm going to finish that, but don't leave that baby outside again. Also, is it just me, or does a white wife beater just signify crime? White criminal. No. Scolded is just such a funny word. Is it considered stealing again if he's still in the process of the first steal?
2 counts.
It's not like he stole it, parked it somewhere, you got it back, and he stole it. That's stealing again. What he did was continued the first crime, which, shouldn't be anything added to his sentence if you are thinking like I'm thinking.
There you have
obviously, free my homie Latrell. He's a good man.
He's not a bad guy.
Look, Of all the things that he could be out there in the streets doing, stealing cars is not the worst of them. Especially if he's returning people's babies.
My thing is like most cars have like low jack or whatever it's called these days anyway. So like the confidence that he has to not only do it once, but to stop what he's doing, give them their shit, which is their kid.
Also, Lisa just called the kid their shit. Go continue on. Not their human being, not their child, their shit. Like you picked up a bag of luggage. It looks like, hey, I don't want you to lose this Gucci luggage while I steal your car. So here you go. But no, this is a baby.
And let's also be 100% clear. Anybody who's leaving their baby in the car, they ain't driving a car that has low jack on it. That's like a 1998 Altima he just stole.
Also, look, before we kill the parents, I need to know the parameters. I'm sorry, I got to know the parameters. Like, was it a hot day? Was it a fall day? Was the window cracking a little bit? They were just going to run it and grab something to come back out? Like,
yeah, was like the car on?
Yeah, because they could hop out of the car to go in the grocery store or go in the convenience store to grab some snacks. You know, left the car keys in the ignition, air conditioner on. They only going to be in there for 2 minutes. So there's no reason to get the baby out the car. And he hop in.
That baby can't talk. So shame on that baby. Like, should have been tougher. Should have stopped my car from getting stolen. I'm more mad at the kid now. You're going to be in there freeload and you couldn't even stop the dude from stealing my car.
Could at least cry louder, baby.
There's a lot of unknowns. You're right. There's a lot of unknowns. So maybe they were going grocery shopping and they just were unloading their groceries and they were coming right back out. But I don't think so.
They were heading out.
To a degree, I don't think this was a premeditated stealing, like a thieving. Like, I don't think the guy walked up that morning and was like, hey, I think I'm going to steal a car. I mean, I don't know many thieves, but most of them don't rock the wife beater for the car theft. So I feel like this was like, oh, this shit gonna leave his keys in the car and just walk in front of me like this? Oh, he wants this to get got. Like, as a human being that left your baby in the car, you're thinking, ain't nobody gonna steal this car with my baby in it. So you went on and do your thing, because I feel like most car thieves,
I'm gonna take this shit.
Most car thieves dressed in hoodies, business suits. You know, it's a plethora of outfits you wear to steal a car. White beater usually doesn't rank high on that list for me. Now, having a stolen car the next day that you're riding around in a white beater in, yes. But on the initial theft, I think I feel like that was like.
So what is the appropriate attire for stealing the car?
Oh, once again,
at
hoodies,
least a hat,
business suits,
maybe some sunglasses to give you some anonymity. Yeah, away with it for a week.
A mustache. You're like, oh, let me see here.
You know, glasses with the eyes that juggle out. Like, yeah, it's plenty of attire that you can wear.
Sorry, that's not God in 60 seconds. There's not a crack crew of car thieves out there who are just like, gotta get him within 20 seconds, or else the cops are gonna get me. Most guys are like, you left your keys in the car. Well, it's mine now.
Yeah. That dude, and but also too, I do think he should be charged twice, because I mean, you did almost steal the car, but then returned the baby and then stole the car. So I feel like the fact that you were still in the presence of mind to be like, you know what, I'm still gonna take this car. He's right. He was proving a point, but you should get double charged for that. And be like, hey, look, bro.
Let's also be real. 100% you getting charged for kidnapping no matter what he did. He's still like in jail for 15 years.
Well, and I think when you come back, like whenever it was going back and do it again, then doesn't it become premeditated?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like,
it's no longer a misdemeanor car theft.
Yeah.
Also, his picture, he missed the whole reason why his picture was like jaded. He was jaded because he like, God damn, I should just put that baby on the side of the car and drove off. I probably got away with this. I mean, handed in the kid, scolding the parents, and then driving away is what got me caught. Being a good guy is what got him caught. See?
Yeah, let's just hope the guys finish last.
They do.
That's what you should learn from all this. Nice guys finish last. He should have just taken that baby and saved it from his horrible parents.
He could have raised him to be like the world's best car thief, and like the baby could have had a better life, you know, being an international car thief or something. Like, obviously he's not a good car thief, so that probably wouldn't have worked out. But
that's like a script for a movie right there. Like, guy steals car, baby's
he'd
in the
be
back.
like Yondu.
Baby to be ultimate car thief. wife beater attire at all.
You're going to be better than what I was.
The wife beater.
First off, I ain't your daddy.
Passing the wife beater on to you. Carry it well, adopted son.
Levante. That's his name. Good name. The baby was Levante.
I feel like I was going to have a weird transition to the next topic of the Brittany Spears, and I was going to play with the baby and the baby not being there. But I realized that, like, this is our first show back. I don't want to get canceled already.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to,
Well, it's just the
transition there. That would have been really nasty.
The transition here is speaking of black people, Justin Timberlake. And then we go on.
All right. Well, here's a little clip for us that we all should enjoy here.
Oh, God. I watched that like 100 times.
Look.
So, for those of you who don't know, Brittany Spears has a new book coming out called, it's out already. What's The Woman in Me is the name of that book. I'm never going to read it. But apparently in that book, it's a lot of trash on America's favorite NSYNC member that's not Lance Bass.
There you go.
See what I did there?
Not the favorite. Get out of here.
That's not Lance Bass.
Lance Bass is the favorite.
Yeah, Lance Bass.
Yeah, Lance Bass, and then Joey Fatone.
Yeah, Joey Fatone is like.
And then
I may have to go Timberlake at the Lance. I mean, and then hold on. After this new stuff, probably not. He probably does get knocked down a couple of levels, but before that, no, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna go with Joey because before I knew all this stuff, Justin still didn't make that Man in the Woods trash that I'll never forgive him for. So yeah, Joey, you got it. Number 2.
Britney Spears is trashing on Justin Timberlake and his behavior when they were dating, and also Chris Kirkpatrick always had the greatest hairstyles.
Always.
He had box braids before they were mainstream on a white guy.
Yes.
Faux dreadlocks.
He was breaking cultural barriers.
Or appropriation. Man, let's get in the trash and Justin. It's a long time coming, man. I'm sorry. Look, I'm a Timberlake fan because the music do be popping. I mean, Future Love Sex classic, 2020 Experience classic, Justified, really good album. Look, after how he did Prince, Janet, like we got a list of like people he just kind of like clapped on. Yes. We just kind of let it roll because the music was fire. Like let's just call it what it is. He did Janet dirty, but
he destroyed that woman's career worse than Michael Jackson destroyed his skin tone.
Okay.
I feel like you wrote that out. That was good, man. I like that.
That's 100% off the dome, man.
Look, I'm just going to say that it, like it should be said. It should have always been said, and everybody knows this. But Usher's better, and if Justin Timberlake wasn't white, we wouldn't care right now. But he was white, and it was like, oh, he could do the things like black people could do, but not as good. So he's part of the team. The most telling thing that clip that I heard from the Brittany book is that I've always had this conversation with people that like Backstreet Boys was for white people and NSYNC was like the brothers white boy band group. And then Brittany even makes a comment about that. Yes, they were actually being marketed to black folks. NSYNC was. Mm-hmm. So marketing, I mean, I guess worked. If you weren't like a straight, thug dude, I'm pretty sure you could have made you like the R&B, like one R&B song from NSYNC eventually in your life. So it just kind of made me be like, oh, huh. They programmed me to like this stuff because they were doing, black boy band groups just with white members and getting rappers to be on songs. It'd be cool.
As per usual, I push back on the term that any black group is a boy band, but that's neither here nor there. Especially Boys to Men.
The Jackson 5?
They were boys. They were in a band, not a boy band.
We're not going to have this.
I think Tina was a grown-up at that time. I think Tina was an adult.
We're not going to have that conversation this time. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, Justin Timberlake has gotten away with a lot. If people don't know, again, the Janet thing, where she got thrown under the bus for it, when last time I checked, he was the one that ripped off the clothes. Yes. The Prince thing is an awards ceremony where he like moves the mic down and pretends to quote unquote accept an award for Prince that people just kind of threw under the radar. And even he made a terrible, I ain't gonna say a diss song, but he threw shots at Prince through songs that sadly enough that Timberland helped produce, which is a whole nother weird thing that I'm not going to get into. And like when he finally got at the quote unquote the height of his popularity, instead of feel like, and I'll give you this a terrible, I mean a good example, but example I mean of like Justin Bieber got really popular, and Justin Bieber, know what he did? He started reaching back and bringing up black artists like Daniel Caesar and other people and giving on that people that no one knows, but they get on a song with Justin Bieber, they will know. Like Justin Timberlake had every opportunity to do that once he got popping, and instead he did songs with like Chris Stapleton, which I'm not knocking him, but where's all that black love that you so-called wanted to be a part of, and you've always built your career off? You didn't reach back and bring up any of those young black artists to put them on the stage to be like, hey, so you can get some pop. So I got a bunch of issues with Justin, but let's keep it a bean. That new NSYNC album is fire. I'm probably gonna forget it. I'm just gonna like it.
I still love you, Justin. leave Justin alone. I need a sheet.
But I know, I think, Lisa, you probably have the list of all the crazy wild stuff in the book that Justin kind of did, from the black scent and all the other stuff.
Yeah, so she does talk about the black scent, and she talks about how whenever he was using it, like around actual black people, they were calling him out for it, and they're like, "Why are you talking like that? Like,
you're from Nashville, Tennessee.
Stop.
like
stop. They knew, yeah."
You're on Star Search. Come on.
And she does kind of troll him a little bit. I don't know if you heard the clip where I don't know if you've heard the clip, but she kind of trolls him where he's saying, yo, faux shiz.
Yeah,
and,
meaning like,
and they're just like, stop. Like, why are you doing that? But yeah, I've never been, so I was kind of a Justin Timberlake fan, but not like, I wasn't a huge fan of his. But I think that he, when I finally realized like the Janet Jackson stuff and everything, and like, yeah, he ruined her career, and he had the opportunity to say something, to get the media to stop, and he didn't. And I have this thing about celebrities not using their fame. I don't want to say for good, but like
using their power for good.
Like when you have enough clout and enough pull to stop something and you don't, I have issue with that. And so with the Janet Jackson thing, it never sat right with me. She was really, I mean, Janet Jackson was huge, but like we're at the point now where people don't know that she had a career. Like they just know that she was Janet Jackson's sister. I'm like, no. She was amazing because it just didn't keep going. And yeah, so the black scent, I don't know. I have issue with, the way he handled Brittany and the breakup, and he just trolled her with that
Cry Me a River.
And then there was another one that he did too that it would just like look just like her, and it's just fucked up. So something about getting to that point to step on the backs of the people who helped you get there just really rubs me the wrong way. And then it really irritated me because for so long, okay, I feel like I should say I'm a Backstreet Boy girly. Okay, I am. I'm a Backstreet Boys, right? I also had NSYNC albums. I love them, but if it was always down to, I was always going to pick Backstreet Boys over NSYNC. And most of that was because Backstreet Boys never broke up. They keep making albums, but that's neither here nor there. But the biggest thing was because they didn't know that they were breaking up when Justin went solo. They thought, like, and this is common knowledge that they've said, Lance Bass, JC Chazé, Joey Fatone, they've all said the whole time that they thought that they were just taking a break and Justin was just doing his solo career. Then they were going to come back and then they were going to tour, and then Justin was going to do some of his solo songs, just like how No Doubt had done it, like when Gwen Stefani did her own solo. And then so for years and years and years, up until last year, they were saying, because people in comments are always saying like, NSYNC, when are you doing an NSYNC reunion? When are you doing an NSYNC like comeback tour? Blah blah. And Lance Bass and Joey Fatone are always like, we would do it anytime. Like we'll do it. It's not
We are
saying we won't do it. Yeah.
This.
Why would they not do it? Because what the like we're not the ones to do it. So it's always obvious. It's always because of Justin because he was too big. Then that Brittany documentary came out. People started fucking trolling him like, what is wrong with you? Because in the Brittany documentary that came out last year, they also talked about Janet Jackson. And listen, I was on TikTok the day that Justin Timberlake started his TikTok account, and they were literally, the comments were like, nobody wants you here. Like we stand with Lance Bass, free Brittany. You are, I can't remember what they were saying about Janet Jackson, but like all of the comments, like no, everyone was like, go away. This is not for you. And so he needed something to revive his career because he was losing favor with everyone. He did a couple of shit movies. And then what does he do? He uses his bandmates who've been there the whole fucking time. And then he's just like, okay, yeah, let's do a reunion. And like, so then he's just using them again, just stepping on people to just, and I'm not okay with that. I just am not okay with that. So fuck you, Justin.
Well, any thoughts on, I was saying, and I guess because this topic was more about Brittany and Justin. But anyway,
yeah.
Also, Brittany's lived a very interesting life. I mean, we would all agree with that, from the marriages, from the cutting her hair bald, to walking in bathrooms with your bare feet. We go through the whole litany of stuff that's just been wild, Brittany. And I used to always joke and say the whitest thing about me is that I really, really like Brittany Spears. Like I really enjoyed her music, growing up, whatever. I'm not saying she should be on a conservative ship, but some of them dance videos Brittany be doing, they be looking crazy as hell, bro. And I be like, and then this is before the whole knife thing. Like everybody, oh, the knife. I don't care about no knife things. If you watch any videos before that, she be looking shot out. Like, look, I've been high before. I know what getting high look like. It motherfucker be zonked out doing these dances.
No, so they were doping her up. They put her on lithium, which I don't know if you guys know. Lithium's an antipsychotic. So like, if you are not psychotic and they put you on it, it's like being, lobotomized. So she was seriously, and you got to think, she's had a 20-year, Britney Spears has had a 20-year career. 13 of those years, she was on a conservatorship. 13 out of 20 years, she was being told she was crazy. She was being forced to go to rehab when she said she doesn't have a problem. And she's being, everything's getting blown up person. The people who are supposed to protect her aren't protecting her.
And they're also using her as a cash cow, draining her dry of her money.
Yes,
and
she was paying everybody's bills. Her stupid fucking sister, she was paying her bills, and her brother.
We will not trash Zoe 101 on this show.
Yes, I will. Fuck that bitch. And so, like, and it kind of like, if you guys get the chance, it's a really short book. I think it's worth a read. It kind of gave me Michael Jackson vibes in the fact that she has literally been working since she was a child to support her family. So she never got that chance to be a child. And she's very like emotionally stunted. So, so it gave me Michael Jackson vibes, and like the fact that like she continued to talk about how she loved being around children. She wanted to protect everyone from like the men in her life. And, so it was just like lots of layers of abuse that I don't even think she realizes happen. And just, she was just a machine. Like, and I feel like it was the same thing with Michael Jackson. Everyone in Michael Jackson's life realized real quick, this is the ticket. And I just feel like it just.
I'm on the gravy train.
Yes,
who cares if the horse? Who cares if the horse is dying or not? Let's just keep this rolling.
Yeah. So there's I feel like a lot of I agree that I had to stop following her on Instagram, which makes me sad because that was one of the reasons why I got Instagram, was so I could follow her. But yeah, those videos are fucking crazy. They're whack, like, yeah, they're nuts, but like, I just don't think that she is mentally. I think she is.
Well, if you think about
stunted. I think she's stunted.
like she was on the Mickey Mouse Club at like what 9 or 10,
Yeah,
and
she was
like,
on
from
Star Search
that,
at like 6 or
yeah, and
7.
from that point
Yeah.
on, every single person in your life has been feeding you caffeine to get through
Yes.
long hours a day, probably downplaying any sort of negative experience you having because they need that paycheck because you have the whole entire household to take care of,
Yeah.
and you're working 18, 19 hours a day for your entire childhood. You're going to be a little bit messed up.
Yeah.
Like there's no
Better.
way you're going to get out. Like even the most well-adjusted child star is still slightly crazy. Like
Yeah.
look at Elijah Wood. He's nuts. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And you think, and like, so I've had this discussion with James, and we're talking about, her shaving her head, and like that day, the day that she shaved her head was the day that she had just gotten done with a tour or like a concert run or something. So she had came home to pick up her kids from Kevin Federline's house, and he refused to give the kids to her, and he had filed like something saying that she was crazy and she was doing drugs and all this stuff. And so, like, legally, she was not allowed to have her kids. And that's how she found out in that moment that they were getting a divorce and that she wasn't allowed to see her kids. And the paparazzi are watching, they're filming all of this happening.
They're stalking her as this
And they're
happening.
stalking her. They're on top of her car, and she just wants them to stop looking at her. So she goes and shaves her head, which I understand, because especially that's why I think that there's a lot of deep-seated abuse, because that is like abuse victims like 101 is to just make yourself as unattractive as possible so people don't like, so there's no attention on you. So she just goes and shaves her head, and I'm like, she lost her fucking kid, she found she's getting a divorce, and all she did was shave her head. I don't think that I would have behaved that rationally. I think I would have burned the fucking house down. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like pull a little.
One of us will be in jail.
Right. So, but it sucks because it was in front of everyone, and again, no one was on her side. Like no one was there for her. She's by herself. It's sad. It's sad. The paparazzi did her dirty. Her family did her dirty, and yeah. So and she's. I think that the videos with the knives is just the tip, and I feel like her family's not going to be happy until they kill her. Honestly, so I hope she changed all of her. What's it called when you die? Her will.
Her will. I'm sure
Yeah.
her will says that when she dies, her image and likeness goes to her father, who can use it for perpetuity and collect all the royalty checks.
Oh, so gross. They
because
would
he
use her
had
kids
control of
against
her.
her. It's so sad.
Her entire life and well-being. So it's
Yeah.
not gonna turn out well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
We have another Michael Jackson on our hands eventually.
That's what it honestly, that's what it feels like. Which just makes me so sad.
Or Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse. We can name a lot of people who've been eaten up and chewed out and spit out by the industry.
And honestly, like, I don't understand how the paparazzi are allowed to do what they do. Because one of
They
the
make
things
people who have money more money, so they get to keep doing what they're doing. Because
because I guess this could lead into the news, right? With we're done with
Yeah,
this subject, right?
Yeah,
So,
let's move on.
okay.
Yeah. You can have a conversation about paparazzi another show. Yeah, that's
yeah. Well, no, because all I'm saying is because the next thing we want to talk about is Matthew Perry died from he's most known from Friends. He played Chandler Bing, and I like the first video I saw on TikTok about it was literally the paparazzi filming his like stepdad and his mom and someone else like putting his body into the ambulance. And I'm like, where's the line? Like, why?
There is no line.
Why is this okay? It's so gross. It's so gross.
The line has been crossed and then shattered since 1997 when the paparazzi killed Princess Diana with the use of, Queen Elizabeth. She did that shit.
Mm-hmm.
with the blessing of Puff Daddy. We're going to just keep going.
Oh my God. Puff Daddy. Yeah.
But yeah, like that's just the way the world works, unfortunately. And as long as there's a dollar to be made off of someone's tragedy, there are going to be people who's going to try to make that dollar because we as a public are going to. And I never really watched Friends like that, so I mean, like, I'm not a,
Yeah.
if it was, Matthew, not Matthew
Yes.
Perry. What's the guy that played Joey?
Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc. I might be. This will be a different conversation we're having.
You a Matthew LeBlanc fan or something, bro?
Have you not seen him in, Lost in Space? He was excellent in that.
We're not gonna do this. All right, go ahead, continue. Not gonna bait me with that one.
But yeah, it's kind of tragic because, like, I mean, it is tragic. Loss of human life is always tragic, especially in the circumstances in which he's died. It's like he had a heart attack while sitting in the hot tub, and it's like just a freak accident that could happen to anybody, and yet it happened to him. But
Oh, it was a heart attack?
I think so. I think it was a heart attack,
And he drowned.
and he drowned. And because they tell you in the hot tubs things. If you have a heart problem, limit your time or whatever, or don't have it as hot, and But
oh, so you're blaming the victim, Jason? Is that what you're doing right now?
Sure, why not?
Jason, wow.
It's not the hot tub's fault. It's just being there. Guns don't kill people. Bullets do.
I'm pretty sure that everybody, if you've gone online, you've seen it going around. People are sharing some of his last kind of words that he typed out, and he was wishing to be remembered more for the energy and dedication and that he's shown on rehab facilities and helping people rehab more than his work on Friends. But I think he has a thing called, I guess, the Perry Institute or something like that too. That's like a rehab center. It's a men's rehab center that just stay living. So so he definitely wanted to be remembered more for that work than his work at Friends, but he wasn't, poo-pooing his work with Friends. It's just he wanted to make a greater, bigger difference. So
because of his work with Friends, he had the ability to do such a thing, which is great.
Absolutely.
Using his power with great responsibility.
See? Yeah, there we go. You have the means, so you use it. You use your celebrity, and you use your power, and you use your clout.
Yeah,
I had the clout.
Too bad he had to kill that guy that stole from the wrestling promotion first, though. But other than that,
are we talking about Spider-Man or Matthew Perry?
I mean, I was trying to do the synergy here, but you just really messed up. I was trying.
Before he was on Friends,
the real ones got that one, man. The real ones got it. It didn't have to be explained. The real ones got that.
It's like, where's this going?
I know what you're talking about, but okay.
Making sure that Matthew Perry did. Yes, Matthew Perry. That's how we got the role in Friends. But anyway, that's another story.
That's a fact, too. You guys can Google it.
Bitten by a radioactive spider. You don't know that. That was earlier.
Yeah, that's Google. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Oh, was your cat?
Yeah, she's just lovely. This one.
Just being a cat, just slowly plotting her murder, and
She's. Yep.
Anything else we got on Matthew Perry? Or
I think that's it. Just R.I.P. and
yeah, rest in power, King.
Yeah, check on your friends.
Yeah, do that. Always check on your peoples. You never know what people are going through. And you never know when it's the last time you're going to see somebody. So when you do what I do, when you end up,
yeah.
What you would do this transition to be like, check on your friends because they got student loan payments coming back. I thought that was going to be.
Oh yeah,
because they do.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm in the green though for the time being, up until they really want that money.
Man, can I tell you? I like the day that the student loans repayment plan came back in session, and I'm in like a group chat with all my girlfriends, and one of my friends is like, "Check your student loans. Mine got forgiven." I was like, "What?" And I like, no, it's like your balance, $150,000.
Also fucked up with my student loans. The college I went to shut down. No longer exists.
You have to. So you need to apply for that save program or whatever, because you might qualify.
They were charging people hundreds of thousands of dollars to go there, and yet they didn't have any money for like 15 years. Like,
Look,
I just imagine the CEO of the Arts of Atlanta just has the world's largest cocaine deposits in his house. It's like, where's that money going? You know, it's not for a nice big campus with a football team and we had one building in Sandy Springs. Where'd all this money go? There's tons of students there. Why are we not in a bigger building?
Listen, you gotta. So you need to apply for that SAVE program. See if they'll get forgiven. Or do you have a private loan, or is it federal?
This is federal, I guess. I don't.
See,
also, when I signed the documents, I was like 18 and my brain hadn't fully developed yet. And this lady was telling me stuff. And I was like, I don't know what this shit means, but here we go.
Yeah. And I was at there was one semester where I could only take one class. That was all I had. That's all I could fit into my schedule. And it was more expensive for me to take one class than it was for me to take 4 classes. Like, how does that make sense? Tell me how that makes sense. Oh God. And I'm telling you, when I got that email, those they're coming back. I was like, these motherfuckers, they for real couldn't at least give us that $20.
Look at you, Joe Biden.
Just what would it have hurt? Honestly, money's made up anyway. It's all
fake. Yeah, it's all
hit
fake.
The delete button. It'll be okay. What the crap?
Because there's one guy who makes money off of us being poor, and he wants to keep being rich, and he likes
he can just add a 0 into his because it's fake anyway. Add the 0 into your bank account. Delete it from ours. It's fine. It's all fake. We know what you guys are doing. We know that there's not enough gold in the Federal Reserve for all this imaginary shit. Just
for the space program.
Control Alt Delete, please. Leave us alone.
That's what Tyler wanted to do, and guess what happened to him? He was never real to begin with.
So honestly, if you file for what's it called whenever you say you have no money, so they wipe all your debt? Bankruptcy. Do your student loans count?
Nope, not anymore. You keep them. That used to be the trick back in the day. Like, I got one of my good buddies. He's an older gentleman. I feel like when I said it, he's my lover or something. But he's older.
He's the man of the night.
He's an older gentleman. And one day while we were laying in bed together, he made a mention when I was talking about my student loans that he was saying, "Oh, back in the day, he used to just go to school, do all the education you wanted to do, and then when you come out, file for bankruptcy." And then he was like, "Yeah, we just mess up your credit for 7 years." He goes, "But you're 22, 23. By the time you get in your 30s, you're making real money where you want to buy a house and do things. It's wiped away, and all the student loans were wiped away with it." And
I was messing my credit away at 23, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah. So I was like, so all these boomers that are like, "Oh, I worked at McDonald's to pay for my schooling, and you guys should pay for yours." Half of them just filed bankruptcy and got it eliminated. It was a crock. But anyway, they ended up changing the rules and saying you can't do that anymore because it was and it wasn't even a loophole for poor people. It was really the rich people who were doing it. Because poor people don't know about no bankruptcy. They're like, "Oh, we broke. We already bankrupt." But it was rich people who people could afford to go to college and pay for it. We're telling their kids, "No, we're not paying for it. You just go file for bankruptcy and
take the sell for 7 years, and then next thing you know, you're gonna be better. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. Go to England and do a gap year and have fun. By the time you come back, after you've been trained to be Batman, you'll all be forgiven."
Oh, so you can make a Batman reference and everybody gets it. I make a Spider-Man one, nobody gets it.
For those of you who don't know, Batman trained for 7 years. I don't feel like it's enough time to become a Batman, honestly.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is either.
No, now that you mention it really isn't.
Especially if you had to spend time learning how to be a magician too, from Zatanna and all them. So yeah, it really isn't enough time.
Well, them billionaires are just built differently.
They have a time machine. That's all it is.
Yeah, they just do the Hermione trick and just keep going back and forth.
Time Turner, yes.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? In Dragon Ball Z, where they go into the room and it 1 year and there's only a day.
The hyperbolic chamber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He just uses that. 1 year down in the books. Only 1 day has passed. Yes.
That reminds me of one of these business tycoon influencer guys. Like, you guys use your 24-hour periods wrong. I got 3 days out of 24 hours. From 6 to 12, that's 1 day. From 12 to it's like, oh, you're just working yourself
buddy.
to death.
Yeah, that's called cocaine. Like, get out. Like, that's rich people talk, sir.
When they tell me that, I go, "What, you think you better than me?" That's what I tell them.
And then he goes, "Yes, I'm rich. That's all that matters."
It's typically is what they say.
I have a high score.
Yes, that is typically what they do say to me too. Yes, I am better than you. I'm rich.
Look at me. I dated a lady who doesn't have a real name. All right. That's not her given name. I don't know if that's
bragging point. It was more like Epstein Island, that type of stuff there. I don't know if you want to brag about that now. Maybe in the 80s.
You got away with it.
Maybe in the 80s you probably could have, but now not so
Only
much.
person that got caught was Epstein, so
that
Very
also makes me mad, honestly. Oh God. Yeah.
Like the dude has a list and ain't nobody else get arrested. Like
so that lady, I can't remember her name, which she got arrested too, I think. But
Giselle,
I don't know if the charge is stuck. I can't remember.
I don't know. We stopped hearing about it, I guess, because she was a real 100%. G. It's like y'all ain't getting me. I ain't saying nothing to nobody. I'll do this 5 years. I don't care. See about that life.
Yeah. Getting tats across her back right now.
She got thug life across her chest.
All right, so student loans suck. We've agreed with all that. The next segment, I don't even want to talk about it.
Speaking of people who don't have money.
Very good segue. I enjoyed that.
Segue.
Thank you.
We all broke. You know who else is broke? Ludacris, apparently. Pull it up, Jason.
Don't do this to me. Why we don't like black people doing black stuff?
Well, hello, baby girl. How are you today?
So good. It's Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah, that.
Your child loves Christmas. Just have fun.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
Dad, isn't that nice?
Sound like wounded ducks. And what was that? Do you mind telling me what you're doing in my chimney?
Can you see me?
What's your name?
All right, that's all we're going to see there because they'll probably get demonetized and we'll be like, oh, no, this whole episode went away. Look, I'm excited for it. Look, I'm here.
I like Little Rel, so I'm going to watch it anyway.
I don't care about Little Rel. I watched this show and I thought the show was actually pretty decent and it got taken off. But, I miss having, the old school black family comedy, stuff. And if this is what I got to do to get one, even though it's made by Disney, so we already know what that's going to mean. But I'll take it. I'll take the win. And I'm not going to say Ludacris needs money. What has he been a leading man in? He's the leading man of this. So I think this is a good job for him. Maybe he's trying to pull a Dwayne The Rock Johnson and show that he could be the Tooth Fairy just as well as the Mummy, the Scorpion King. So now he's the beat up dude for Fast and Furious. Now
he's I've been in Fast and Furious. I know how to act now.
Yeah, he can be a sentimental father-like character that's a Scrooge-like guy about Christmas. See, it's called The Range. See, in the words of the great rest in peace John Witherspoon, you got to coordinate. You got to coordinate. You got to do a little bit of everything here. And shout out to Luda.
I guess I just didn't know him like that.
Guys, with Jason making a rap reference, that is we hit the jackpot in this show.
I know one rap song and it's Ludacris.
Lisa, you gonna take your kids to see this?
Hell yes, I am. I don't know. I think if Ice Cube can do "Are We There Yet?" You know what I mean? Why can't Ludacris do this? Honestly, and I love that. Like you said, I love "Are You There? Are We There Yet?" I even watched the sequel, and I thought the sequel was okay. Even though the kids are annoying, but such is life. And then what's the other one? Johnson Family Reunion. Cedric the Entertainer.
Yep.
Like in Bow Wows and that. Like I love shit like that. Like
movies.
Huh?
The barbershop movies.
Just do the barbershop movie.
Oh God, barbershop. Yeah. Because let me
That's
tell you
a
why I
family
love barbershop. Barbershop and Barbershop 2 is what gave us Beauty Shop.
Beauty Shop.
With
Beauty Shop.
the Queen Latifah, and I will watch that shit. I mean, I watched it like last week. I love Beauty Shop. So yeah. So any of that, like, you know, I love it. I'm here for it, and I love Ludacris. I've always been a Ludacris fan.
Isn't it Alicia Silverstone in Beauty Shop? I remember.
Yes,
it's the white woman. Yeah.
It takes place in Atlanta. I'm always gonna just watch. So
my thing is, I just like the sort of cognitive dissonance between old Ludacris and current Ludacris, or like old Ice-T and current Ice-T, you know, or old Ice Cube and current Ice Cube. You know, Ice-T had a song called Cop Killer, and now he's spent the last 20 years playing a cop.
That's called getting the bag. That's called getting to the bag, baby.
And it's paying his bills and paying his girls' bills. So
Ice Cube had Fuck the Police. He was also played cops in several movies.
Yeah,
21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street. Yeah,
I just
Ride Along.
Like when you're broke, you're like, fuck all those people. But now you're rich, you're like, I'll play you on a TV show.
Also, you know, like it's really hard to make money doing music, especially these days. Like it is hard work. So like stuff like this pays the bills, and then it lets them make the albums that they want to make or not. And they don't have to worry about, you know, where the next paychecks are.
They don't have to go on tour for the next 70,000 years just
Yeah,
to make
like
$100.
who was it? Keith Richards, I think, was saying that he hoped that he would never be touring like when he was like 60. He's like, oh my God, I hope I'm still not touring. And they still got to go on tour because
they're 85 years old, just still
music don't pay them. Yeah, music don't pay the bills. It just doesn't.
Nope. Thank you, Ludacris, for also showing us that, you know, black men have range. You don't have just to be an angry rapper. You can also be a angry person who doesn't understand Christmas, which also, if Santa Claus is real, that means every single adult is insane. Because you go down, because they don't believe in Santa Claus. You go downstairs.
Did you not watch a Polar Express? It's magic. It's like the Fairly Odd Parents. As soon as we reach a certain age, the magic. Like we can't see magic anymore. So then,
but I didn't buy those presents. Where did those presents come from? I didn't buy
Santa, but the magic makes you think that you bought it, and it takes the money out of your bank account.
And it robs me too. Look, that's even worse than just being insane. Like, it also takes my money.
I told my kids at a young age, man, that it ain't no Santa Claus because I'd be damned if some fat white dude take all my hard work and credit. Fuck that.
I had to go to 17 shifts back to back to get you that bike.
Yeah. I'd rather than believe, what's his name? Stinky Pete, whatever the jacked up stereotype in overseas.
Black Rob.
Was it Black Rob? I can't think of his name. Anyway, I'd rather believe that brother gave him the gifts. Why let Santa Claus get away with that? Hell no.
Santa's slave? Like, I'd be a Santa's slave.
Right. Look it up for other black kids. Here you go, little Sharon.
You know, people just think that, you know, Santa has a slave and this is okay. But there's also people out there, because people are chronically online, that think telling kids Santa Claus is real is abuse.
Oh, I ain't going that far.
Listen, just do what you like you don't know how to control that Santa, that's fine, but you ain't got to ruin it for everyone else, Janet. Like, God.
Don't lie to your kids, even about anything. You know, those cartoons, they ain't real either. Goku's not a real person.
He's real in my heart.
Yeah, he's married to the Monkey King.
Yeah.
Right. It's a subject that Jason, are you going to put on earmuffs for this? Or are you going to join us in this one? So, me and Lisa got the pleasure of enjoying, not together, separate occasions, but I want you to I got to enjoy Taylor Swift's Eras concert /movie tour on the big screen.
Extravaganza.
Yes, yeah, let's go with that. Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
I mean, my experience was one that was magical. It was something like, and look, and I will say this. So, let me. When people they were like, "Oh, Jason, what did you think?" Because at this point, I guess will consider myself a Taylor Swift fan because all my kids listen to it. I'm not that far. I would say a fan. I'm not a Swiftie. Swiftie's a different level. Like I haven't paid the dues to get to that far, but I'm a fan. So I enjoy the music, the catchiness of the hooks. I enjoy how vivid her lyricism is and how she describes things. I think she's really talented. Whatever, great. The concert itself is cool. I think it's very special that she can perform for almost 3 hours straight, and she just has hit after hit after hit after hit, and she did this for a ton of cities, 3 hours straight. That's just impressive in itself. And I think because all the concerts I've always seen was of just Black artists, so I've always got used to the concert working overtime on the dance routines, blah blah. Taylor had some of that stuff mixed in, but it was more theatrical than I would say actually, quote unquote, the typical concert I'm used to. With all that being said, the energy in the theater made the movie for me. It almost got me upset. And I think we all talked about this at one point. It made me upset because everybody, especially our age, we remember when it was only a midnight movie that would come out for movies. And the people and the fans that were there for a midnight movie, they were they're the true fans because you got and it was the energy about being in those midnight movies that you didn't get when you saw it in any other time. It was everybody here is here for the same purpose and for this dope thing we're about to see and enjoy together. I probably haven't experienced that energy in the movie theater for a while until I went to this Eras tour, and it was energy in the theater was dope between people standing up and singing the songs and clapping, and even at one point it was little kids up front were dancing and all that, and everybody's like, well, is that distracted from the movie? I mean,
you're not watching the movie.
Yeah, right. You're enjoying all of it together makes it. And so, for me, I will say as a movie goer, the concert is phenomenal. But I think for anybody that goes to see it, that energy that you feel by being in that crowd is bar none one of the best experiences I've ever had in a movie theater because it just felt cool. I didn't know about the friendship bracelet stuff. That's why I'm not a Swiftie because I don't know all the rules. But I got a friendship bracelet and some little girl had made 100 of them. It was you got to take one. I stood up all night making these, and I'm I definitely will take one and take a few other ones because I have daughters. And I'm it just was cool. And to bring that ability or have a fandom or have a following that's that dope to bring that kind of energy to what you do and perform, I think we've gotten so jaded as moviegoers that we don't bring that energy for anything ever. We're looking either to tear it down or call it the greatest thing ever. So we just kind of go in with this kind of almost stunted view of movies where these people are going in knowing they're going to have a good time, knowing they're going to enjoy this experience, and it shapes and molds the experience everybody else had. So shout out to that, man. I had a great time. I'm willing to go see it again. If I have 3 hours I could spare, I would go. I thought it was just a great time.
Yeah. So yes, I agree. It was, and it was, so what moved me was because, I got to go to the concert, and then it's very humbling to go into the movie theater, and realize that most of these people in the theater didn't get that experience. So you're getting to experience that with them and see that they're feeling the same thing that you have. And that they've probably seen every single one of these shots because the internet's full of it. So it's not like this is a brand new thing for them, but the energy and as soon as the movie started, they turned the volume up. So it was you're singing. So I was singing along to every song. My daughter was singing along to every song, and we were shouting at the top of our lungs, and you couldn't hear us. So we weren't ruining anything for anyone. And people, you knew when people were going to see that movie because everybody dressed up. There was something telling everyone, I'm here for this. And it was the same. I experienced the same thing when I went and saw the Barbie movie. So I went and saw a Barbie movie on opening night, and everybody was in pink. Everybody. So you knew that these people were going to see, to go see Barbie. So it's the same thing. you see everybody dress up in like all the different Taylor Swift thingies and everything. And then, yeah, they're trading the friendship bracelets and I love your shirt. I love your hat. Where did you get that? Where did you get that? And it's just like this fun thing that, yeah, you get to all experience together. And you know that you all like, that you all are, I don't know how else to say it. It's a safe space, you know, but just to be so excited about something that you just love so much and you don't have to worry about someone giving you shit about it. And you just get to do that. And so, you know, I did appreciate that they had, you know, they did the shot of Taylor giving away the hat to Kobe Bryant's daughter. And but you know, and there were things that like I missed watching the concert that I got to see, you know, in the movie, especially the Tolerate It scene. Like I cried, like, because when I was at the concert, I did cry because I'm that person who cries, right? But like every part that I cried at when I was at the concert, I was crying at different parts at the movie because you get to see those, like he said, theatrical things that you didn't get to see, all those intricate, like the acting on her face and how her voice would catch during you know, All Too Well, or you know, like the cute little quirks that she would make during like her Reputation songs and just like things like that. And yeah, I would totally go see it again. Also, this was a big deal because she did everything according to SAG-AFTRA and so,
independently as well.
Yeah, like so she funded the whole film, right? And AMC, like she's the one who negotiated with the movie theaters. So so it completely matched all the SAG-AFTRA, everything. And the movie theaters it was basically 50-50. So it's
everybody makes money. It's like we can all like, you know, exist and still be good and be rich and everybody can be just live.
Imagine that. Yeah.
It's not that's a weird thing to think.
Yeah. I would totally go see it again. I've been wanting to go see it again. I just haven't had the time. But absolutely. And I would love to go see it and be a little drunk so I could really just cry the whole time. Yeah.
I am a proponent of renaming the Kansas City Chiefs to the Kansas City Swifties.
Yep.
No,
Let's do it.
Don't do
it. Let's
at
do
this
it.
point.
Don't disrespect the Chiefs' history like that. Don't do that.
So I will say I never really considered myself like a hardcore Taylor fan. Like I've always loved her. I've always been a fan of hers, but I've never been like, no, I'm not like that hardcore. But a couple weeks ago when the Eras Tour movie came out, I did get into a fight on Instagram with someone about Taylor Swift. And I was like, well, I guess you could say I'm one of them now.
Can we get the transcript of this?
So I feel like I should tell you guys, like, so you guys know my Instagram is private. So I'm literally getting into a fight with one of my friends.
Someone you know, not even a complete stranger.
Someone I know on Instagram.
So what did you tell Jason?
Oh, it wasn't me. I'm not
Jason
gonna argue with her over like
no. So they had said they did like a story of like, I think my biggest flex is I don't like Taylor Swift. And she said my biggest flex is I don't like Taylor Swift because she's overrated and I don't think she's that talented. And she's like, and I don't like people who are overhyped for no reason.
Oh, there's a reason she's hyped though.
Yeah, but then she also compared Taylor Swift to that Morgan Wallen. And so who's a country singer who, yeah, like if you don't know who he is, then she's not comparable. He's not comparable to Taylor Swift, right? And so so I sent her a message and I was like, are you, I said, just not liking someone because they're popular is not a flex. Like
it's something that Tim would do.
Yeah, I was just like, I said, if you don't like them because you don't like them, then that's fine. You don't have to like her. But sitting there saying you refuse to like her because she's popular is not a flex. That's not even a thing. Like that's just kind of just.
No, what is the thing? It's called haters. Being a hater.
Haters gonna hate, right?
There's a song about that, I think.
And so she
That might have been ripped off.
replied with
Might have been, might not have been. We don't know.
so we're just going back and forth. So she said, no, she said it's just that I don't like her new stuff and I refuse to dislike her new stuff because she made it. I just but I like her old stuff. And I said, well, that's not what you said. You said that you don't like her because she's popular. So maybe you should rephrase what you said.
I hear this a lot in the community Cambria fan. Well, their first 2 albums were the best. The rest is trash.
Yeah.
There's
nothing wrong with I was like, you don't have to like everything.
You don't have to like everything, but they haven't fallen out, especially since she's made $1 billion this year. Obviously, this shit's good still, right? Like it touches somebody.
Yeah. But I feel like using like, I don't know, it just felt like using something to almost make wave. Like you're almost just using it to make waves.
Try to be a contrarian.
Yeah, because I remember editing her papers when she was a freshman in college, and literally one of the papers that she wrote was about how Taylor Swift is breaking records and
don't be too
making
specific
waves.
with this is
But
now.
like,
We might
but I
get
feel like
sued
you're
for
just
libel.
doing it to get Instagram followers, and I'm not okay with that. And then I was like, oh, this might be a little crazy. I can't believe I seriously
Look,
just
if you've never argued with someone on the internet before, then are you really living?
well,
Yeah.
I've lived.
Yeah.
I've done it, y'all. I've done it.
I mean, and I think it's yes. Is there things that you can make a comment about Taylor about? But I think all the things that you can comment about is not a Taylor Swift problem.
Yeah,
it's just a problem of how the industry uses certain people to prop up certain narratives to do certain things. Like Taylor Swift is just the artist who can benefit from some of that. It's no different than Eminem benefiting in the rap game for being a white rapper who's good. Like you know, if he's a black guy, his name is Cannabis.
One of the greatest, but
no, maybe real. Like it's way better rappers than Eminem. Like again, if he was black, his name would be Cannabis. But Cannabis and Eminem rap exactly the same, and you make an argument that Cannabis probably raps better, but it's no appeal to the skinny, crony black guy because you got a million of them that walk through the scene versus the white guy. And I say for something like Taylor, it's something to say for most female artists, the image industry wide is that people write their songs for them, and all they do is just sing the songs that are written by other people. So they're more the puppet than actually the puppeteer. But Taylor's actually the puppeteer of her music and her life. That's why she's re-recording her albums too, because she wants to be the puppeteer. So her ability to do this and maneuver through this, she isn't the first woman to do this, but because she was young and she grew up in an era where it wasn't the young acts weren't around, you hit a niche, you progressed, you became a woman, you kept your fandom because of your quality of music and your quality of committing yourself to your fans. Yeah. And like I said, you just like, so like the hate that you would give her is not because she did anything wrong. It's just that somebody will make an argument like they're trying to say, oh, she isn't as talented. Well, I mean, talent is subjective because we love Beyonce and Beyonce really don't write her songs. But Beyonce has a hand in how her songs are made and crafted and whatever. So is Beyonce not talented because she doesn't like? It's just it's a stupid argument. It's either do you like the music? Yes, then enjoy the music. If you don't like the music, no, then don't listen to it.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't care if you don't like her. Like that's fine. But to say that you don't like her because she's overhyped, I was like, that's just the dumbest thing. Like you look like a dodo. So
I feel like it's also a very immature thing to say. That's something you would say in high school, like, I don't like this thing because everybody else likes it. Like,
yeah, who fucking does
who
that?
cares?
But everybody does. Think about it, because literally I was talking to my wife, and I was like, I'm waiting to see what the other shoe drops on Taylor, because when you get uber popular like this, they come for your neck. Like, for instance, Anne Hathaway. Remember, it was like saying to just be fucking hate Anne Hathaway, and it was like, why was Anne Hathaway done to anybody? Like, oh, she just seems fake. And I'm like,
you.
Yeah, like you don't know her. Like, how do you see? I remember Jennifer Lawrence. Remember Jennifer Lawrence was the it girl, and everybody was like, "I hate Jennifer Lawrence." I'm like,
she's a bitch.
Yeah, like, I'm like, what? Like
you don't know her.
It's like you get really popular, and people just start speculating about your personality and your being, and then making a judgment on it for them to like or dislike you. Like, geez, like guys, they don't care about you, and we don't care about them. Like, it's easy.
Yeah,
you consume their product, or you don't.
Yeah. It reminds me of something that Stephen King once said, because I get, people shit on Stephen King, and he's like, y'all, I get to do what I want to do, which is write books, and that's what people want from me.
Yes.
So like, I don't understand. Like, why are you mad at me for doing the thing that I'm supposed to do?
I even remember like Eddie Murphy, like because there was like a stream where he was making all of those, like Nutty Professor and
we got to talk about Pluto Nash though.
Dr. Doolittle, he was just like kind of making all those movies, and someone had just said, like what, like you're just making like trash, like they're not good movies, and and I think the only person laughing is you. And he said, well, yeah, I'm laughing all the way to the bank. So like,
Dr. Doolittle,
yeah, who cares? Like, if you don't like it, that's fine, but why you gotta hate on it? Like, it just,
I believe there's a song about that.
Yeah, it's almost like
I don't know,
but we're not trying to get demonetized. Yeah.
You mean my girl likes to party all the time? That's all.
No, stop. Only
that's probably the worst and best song at the exact same time. I don't know how it walks that thin line, because you're like, this song is terrible, but it's still really, really catchy.
It's very catchy.
It's the worst and best all in one thing. It's like Demolition Man. All right. I guess we want to talk about the worst and best all at one time. Let's talk about Jada,
the worst
Smith, Pinkett Smith, and Willard Smith.
There's a comedian. What's the guy's name? Joshua Jackson. I want to say his name is. That's not it.
That's Pacey from Dawson's Creek. He also was in Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, not that guy.
Fringe now. I like him as Fringe now. That's what I roll with.
Fringe. Oh, Fringe was so good.
It's Josh John. No, that's a football player. There's a comedian. I can't remember his name, but he's like, I have never once Googled Jada Pickett.
Oh, I saw that.
Is he black?
He's black.
Yeah.
For what? No, he didn't. Come on, buddy. It's time to give up your car.
No,
come on.
How many
buddy.
times have you? But yet he knows buddy. Everything about this woman's life.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. We're not gonna do that to Jada. Look, I may not rock with everything she's doing. We're not going to smudge the fact that in black culture, what she's giving to black culture. From Jason's lyric, Set It Off. Like, we can go down a list. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Oh, Different World. Which one I saw my name? Okay, Different World. We can go down a list. Like, we're not going to do this to Jada. Like, look.
Wait.
Dancing in that wacky video with Tupac. Right? Yeah, she's a Scream too. Yep, at the beginning. Yeah. Second person to die.
With Omar Epps.
Yeah, Omar Epps is the first one. Yes. But yeah, like, we're not gonna do that to Jada. Like, we're not gonna disrespect Jada name. Like, she wasn't putting in good work.
She was up until the talent. Where she just like, I don't like Will Smith no more.
Yeah.
Like, let me just find ways to ruin this man's image in the eyes of the public. Guess what? I got a hairpiece.
I got a hot take. Like, I ain't even mad at her. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so let's say we're all hanging out. Lisa's married. I'm married. Yeah. And let's say our significant other wants to just talking greasy about us. We can do one or two things. We could go A, be like, say nothing, or be like, yeah, she's speaking her truth. Let her get it off. Or B, we could be like, this is my truth. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. Blah, 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 blah. Will is complicit in all this. Will is like, yeah. I mean, Will knew sitting at that red table talk that, quote unquote, they were separated for 7 years, but he was on there crying, looking shot out when she was talking about her in August. What you looking shot out for if y'all was separated for 7? Like, what are we talking about? Will's with this stuff. Will's with the shit. This is a rollout tour from the slap, and Jada trying to get some change. He trying to get some change. Look, just like I believe the Lemonade thing with Jay-Z and Beyonce was them trying to get money, 444 limit. All this is a scheme. I don't care what nobody say. They was like, man, we slapped somebody. Will, this ain't gonna be good for your career. We may got to find another source of money. And Jada was like, I got a brilliant idea.
I got this.
we gonna do this. Like, yeah, like, come in, like, all this stuff don't match up for me. Like, you were separated, but when you mentioned your situationship, you never once mentioned, hey, me and my husband were separated for 7 years, and this is when this all took place. Yeah, it was fine. It was my son's friend, but like, me and my husband were not together. Like, that was never discussed until your book come out. Come on, Jada, that's genius work. That's and Will with it. So she not shitting on Will. Will sitting there cashing them checks with her. They like, yeah, roll him on in, even though I don't think the book is doing that well. But still.
Well, either way, we know why their kids are weird.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like, we figured that out now. Like, oh, why their parents seem so well adjusted and so, like not Hollywood. Why are they so weird? Oh, because they all crazy.
I just feel like it's the pills that the Scientologists just
it's all the thetons they got to go through. I just met someone who thought Willow Smith was Jaden and who had transitioned, and I'm like, no, those are two different people.
I know people are wild on the internet. Like,
no, this is a real person that I saw with my eyes, and we were talking about this whole Will and Jada thing, and then he's like, no wonder his son turned into a girl. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, those are two different people. Like, he has a son, and he also has a daughter.
Oh my gosh.
He also has more kids than that too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes some of Jaden Smith music be alright though. I ain't gonna lie. I know nobody likes to hear that because it sounds lame to say that out my mouth. Even as I said it, my body just convulsed. But some of it is alright.
Did he do the TikTok sensation song, or was that Willow? I think it might have been Willow. Got a vibe.
Yeah. Yes,
that
that's
might
Willow.
Be Willow.
That's Willow. Yeah. And that song also low key slaps. Like, I tap my foot along with it every time I hear it. Like,
I pretend like I know the words and just mumble. It's a thing.
Yeah, what's that Jaden Smith song, Icon? That shit slap. Like, if I hear that, I'm like, okay. Like, but come on, man.
But and Will Smith's kids should put out songs that slap because, I mean, Tupac was almost their daddy. So, like,
there's a reason why Tupac is dead. It's Jada.
Yeah,
like, crazy. I moved to California to get away from you. She came on.
For some reason, she think I proposed to her while I was in prison. I was trying to tell her I need her to propose a way to get me out.
I was facing 90 years.
She out here talking crazy. But yeah. No, I mean, look, I'm all for people. Let me change. So my biggest problem with all this is not even the Will and Jada thing. My biggest problem with this is how we have minimized therapy to TikTok quotes or Instagram quotes or Facebook quotes. Like when people go, well, I got to speak my truth. I don't need to hear your truth. You can speak your truth in your journal. That's most therapists will tell you to journal, to write it out. You can speak your truth in the mirror to yourself as affirmations every day. Like, I don't.
You don't have a group chat. You don't have a group chat where you can just like. Why you got to put it on the internet?
Even people in a group chat don't need it. Like it's like we've taken it as a guy who's gone to therapy. Like the things that I hear that people say and do is like that's not what therapy is telling you to do. You're taking like a smart thing of it and going like people like, well, I need to work on myself before I can have friendships. Blah, blah. Like, no. You work on yourself while promoting healthy friendships because healthy friendships help you better yourself. That's what a therapist will tell you. And the more you work on yourself, the easier it is for you to spot healthier relationships and friendships. They don't tell you isolate yourself from everybody because you know what? That causes anxiety and depression. And then that's a whole nother set of problems. Like, but if you read people on TikTok, they're like, if people can't get with my life, it's all these like slogans. And it's like,
it's not just slogans, but it's like slogans that they think is good, but like nobody's ever said that like that's a thing. Like,
right.
Gaslighting is not a real therapy term. Like,
right on, brother. Right on. So it's like, what are you talking about? Like, no, and what ends up happening is that like people like myself, and I consider myself an average friend of people, but people like myself read this and I don't want to be bothered with you because I'm like, you're probably going through something that I want to hear and be there for you to be supportive. But when you place it on establishments like that before even I know about it and I consider myself your friend, then obviously you don't want a friend's help. You want attention, the attention that I can't give you because I'm not about that stuff. So I don't know. It's just a weird thing. And I feel like the Will and Jada thing is like the heightened level of all of that. Like, I got to speak my truth and I got to let the world know. And I got to feel like, I'm not the bad guy because, Will didn't slap him because of me. Will slapped him because he wanted to. Man, every man that has any honor or heart saw that clip and was like, nah, Will slapped Chris Rock because of Jada. And not saying it's Jada's fault. I'm saying that, but he saw his woman was upset. Yeah, is upset and he felt that he had to defend her honor. every man in that situation probably would have reacted similar to those stances, or pull Chris Rock aside after the ceremony or when he was off stage and check him. Don't get in your book like, oh, well, I'm gonna do. I didn't even know. I thought it was a skit. Like, stop it. Like, if it was and you thought that, then why didn't you try to like say something to him after he sat back down and yelled at about keep my name about saying about your mom? Why wouldn't you? Because I know any woman I'm with will be like, hey, like, try to calm you down. Yeah, chill out. Like, hey, what are you doing? Chill. Like, you didn't do none of that. You just sat there. Like, yeah, damn right. Like, I don't know. It's a lot of levels to it. I just hate the fact that they're doing this and people are like bashing her or him. I feel like at the end of the day, it's they matter. If you want to hear her truth, buy her book, read it, consume it, and see what that does for you. If you don't, like myself, I feel like a lot of us feel like we're just like, dude, we just want y'all to go away at this point. Like, we good right now.
It's giving a TikTok of someone crying. Like, you stopped everything to film to set up a
film yourself.
Yes. To film yourself crying. And it's like, you don't have to tell everybody everything. You don't. You know, some stuff. Yeah.
And that's like most of the like reaction videos that I've seen are like, can we just bring back inner thoughts? Like, can we bring back inner thoughts? Can we bring back privacy? Like why that's fine if that's, because like you said, that's their marriage. That's fine. If that's their truth, that's fine. But like, why do people feel like they have to share everything? But I do think that that's part of the generation that's growing, which I know she's older. They're older than us, but
yes.
But like, especially now we're seeing that with the kids who grew up with like Twitter constantly, like they just share everything. And it's like, nobody gives a shit, Linda, if you like tripped and you're pissed that the neighbor didn't ask if you're okay. Like,
and it's always like they think, and we all sometimes think this. This like, I'm so right about this as well. Like this whole interaction, I was 100% the good guy, and the person or people, whoever else did this, is 100% the bad guy. And you're like, are you even listening to yourself talk? You kicked the baby. Like, you're the bad guy. Exactly. You're objectively the bad guy.
You stole the car with the baby in the back. You stole the parents. What are you doing? You call that a callback.
Yeah. It's back to the You still stole the car.
Any closing thoughts, Lisa, on Will and Jada that you'd like to get off your chest?
Yeah, no, I don't know. And I was trying to, like, at first I was just trying to figure out, like, is she just trying to stay relevant? Like, especially whenever all the, they were like, oh, we know we have a leading person on who killed Tupac. And I immediately texted Jason. I was like, we already know who killed Tupac. I don't even know why they're
Dave Grohl.
Yeah. Like, we already know who killed Tupac. Why are they even trying to clown all of us? But then, but then she has to go and be like, Tupac was the greatest love of my life. And we're like,
you're married, man.
Do they need money? Like, because like, like, what is happening? Because I don't understand it, because they're famous already. So I don't understand.
And rich too.
Yeah. Like, so I just, it doesn't make sense to me. It just gives me, I don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah, just think it to yourself, and that's fine. And
or tell your friend. Anything. Tell your friend. If you got to get off your chest, you got to tell somebody, because sometimes keeping it inside does hurt. But you don't have to, put the camera on and tell, Suzanne Summers, she's actually dead. Barbara Walters, she's dead too. Diane Sawyer, she's alive. That, I think so.
Let's go with that.
That, sometimes I like to beat up homeless people. It's fun. Like, you don't have to tell everybody that.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell your journal. Tell your bestie who has no social media and has the flip phone that can't tweet.
You also know goes with you to go beat up homeless people.
Yeah.
No record. If there's no record, it never happened. All right. We're about to go to the real debate. It's been a long time coming, man. I think let's just go ahead and get the intro.
It's about to get heated.
Oh, it's going to get bloody violent? That's what's going to happen? Here we are.
That was ever aired on Cartoon Network, or get rid of everything that has ever aired on Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon is gone for life.
It ain't that easy.
Everything that has ever aired. That
And
means
Nickelodeon
all
is
that.
gone.
I'm just letting you know.
It is super easy.
Rugrats.
Okay, because I don't want to give too much, to what we're going to say towards that. Shout out to posted, podcasted. So shout out to them. Yeah. So eliminate. You got to choose one, and the one you choose, the other one, everything they've ever done, shown on the air, gets wiped away.
So the argument is you have to eliminate a network.
Yes.
Which one do you pick?
Which one is the more iconic that the other one just?
But everything that a network has ever shown gets erased from history, so it's gone. Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon.
I don't want to live in this world. By the way, I don't want to live in this
I don't either. I'll admit. So I'll jump in because I felt like when I first was posed this, my initial action was like, oh, it's a walk for me. I'm going to save Cartoon Network for me all the time.
Sir, you're objectively wrong.
And so the biggest reasons I go with this is that the Boomerang programming was Cartoon Network before it split off. So we're getting all the Scooby-Doos, all the Wild and Wacky Racers, all that old school Hanna-Barbera stuff too. But also going with Cartoon Network's original programming, I put in my mind and said, okay, out of the shows that we have that we're talking about, which ones am I more likely to show my kids as like the things that will go forward? And as I did that, I started doing the math on it. It came up Cartoon Network. So when we go to the example here, Cartoon Network are more likely to show my kids Dexter's Lab, which I've already showed them. Powerpuff Girls, which I've already showed them. Samurai Jack, which I've showed parts of them already of that. And I just started going down a list, and it was Cartoon Network, The Clone Wars, Cartoon Network. Like, it just started going down further and further down that hole. And it was stuff that I loved on Nickelodeon that I was like, oh, well, I'm going to show my kids like Rugrats, Danny Phantom. But I kept going to Cartoon Network. I'm talking still Ben 10. Like, it's so much more stuff that I'm just going to. And then that's not even going into the anime section, Toonami, that part of it. That's not even going into Adult Swim, that portion of it. Like, at that point, I started running out of hands for Cartoon Network and the Nickelodeon. I could still have a basis. So for me, that's where it was. Like, I'm not showing my kids Clarissa Explains It All. I'm good.
You're a terrible parent.
As much as I love the Adventures of Alex Mack, I'm not going to show my kids some chick turning into liquid water. I'm good. Like, that's just kind of where I rolled with it, man. I think it's Cartoon Network for me. Nickelodeon got to go, man. And it hurts my heart. It hurts my soul.
I don't see why you gotta do that to Nick like that, man. Like,
he
was always, and also Nick is a man, so let's just. But he was always there for you. Nick, he scared you.
That was true.
Are you afraid of the dark? Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
I had my first formative thoughts about Melissa Joan Hart and Carissa Explains It All. Rugrats.
Name more. Keep going.
Rugrats. Come on. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That's the toughest one I had. That's the toughest one I had to go was Avatar. That did.
Doug.
Pretty bad.
Dude. Also, Patty Mayonnaise.
Yeah, facts.
Real Monsters. Like, the whole Nicktoons lineup. Classic. I also think it's kind of a generational thing because, Nickelodeon was like formative years of like, dude, even going like to Nick Jr. and Eureka's Castle, David the Gnome.
Nickelodeon got bangers. Double Dare, Legends of the
Double Dare.
Bangers. Don't get me wrong, it has bangers. That like I said, but that was the.
What would you do?
What
you
would I show
can't
my
do that
kids?
on television.
I'm not showing my kids Double Dare. They're not going to care about that. Like, I guess, again, as I said,
that's to be there at that time.
That's what it is. I feel like Nickelodeon has things that feel more dated, where I think Cartoon Network has more timeless stuff. That doesn't matter what time you watch it still works.
If there was never no Nickelodeon, there would never be no Cartoon Network. Nickelodeon had to walk so Cartoon Network can Dragon Ball Z.
No.
Look, it's just nothing better. Because there was never anything on. Well, also, I didn't start watching. Well, I always watch Cartoon Network, but like they didn't really have any like set cartoons until I was a lot older of a child. But there's nothing coming home better than coming home on a Tuesday afternoon after day camp in summer to watch your favorite Nickelodeon shows, to watch your Rugrats, your Our Real Monsters, your Doug, SpongeBob.
I was too old for SpongeBob. I didn't get the appeal of it.
You never got high and watched SpongeBob? Oh.
No, I didn't get high. So I just never. Also, I think too, I side Cartoon Network too, and we're gonna let Lisa jump in here. Sorry, I also side Cartoon Network because I feel like when it comes to what revolutionized the game of cartooning, Cartoon Network did that. Because when I say that, I mean in the sense that, just Toonami itself, I'm not an anime fan if it's not for Toonami. Hell, most of Americans, we're not anime fans if Toonami doesn't exist. I can't have anything that's compared to Nickelodeon that had that kind of impact where we wouldn't be fans of X, Y, and Z genre if this programming didn't exist.
I will counter your argument with 2 words. Well, it'll be 3. Keenan and Kel. Game over.
Kid comedies existed though.
Not like that. Like all that freaking TLC did the freaking theme song for it. You got actual people like real rock stars actually interacting with children's media that isn't Michael Jackson, because you got to worry about getting touched.
Oh God.
Freaking.
Does this show have no shame? Does this show have no shame?
Rocko's Modern Life, where they actually Nickelodeon was the first cartoon or network that showed kids to cartoons exclusively for kids, but also those cartoons are pushing the envelope a little bit for also trying to be fun for adults. Like Rocco was a sex phone worker in Rocko's Modern Life. There was a lot of
Snippy had the rape episode. Yes,
that's weird.
Yeah. But we still get Coward, the dog. It's
dog.
And they had very promiscuously pushing the boundary episodes as well in that one. So I don't know. I'm just sorry. I just I don't think it's a wrong answer. I just feel like you got to whatever fits your criteria and go for it. And also, I like how you named all these shows. Half of these shows you don't even watch anymore. I ain't never heard you watching Clarissa Explains It All. I ain't never heard you watch say, "Oh man, I was watching the Our Real Monsters." I ain't watched none of that shit probably forever, man.
I'm grown, but those are formative memories of mine. Sitting there with my Ecto Cooler juice box and my Shark Bites, watching Nickelodeon.
Lisa, would you like to weigh in on this?
Yeah. So I just confirmed with Google, and she says yes, Nickelodeon is indeed older. And a lot older. I didn't realize that Nickelodeon was around in the 70s, which is just bananas. However, saying that just because they're the first doesn't mean that they're the best. And Adult Swim, like that, I didn't realize that shows like that existed. I just feel like I wouldn't be who I am now if there was no Adult Swim. Like that was just amazing. Just seeing all of the Adult Swim stuff. Absolutely, the first time I ever saw anime was on Adult Swim, and that was the coolest shit I'd ever seen. And I was like, "What am I watching?" Because I wasn't a dude, and I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z. And
Sailor Moon was on.
So it was absolutely. So it was Sailor Moon. And oh God, I can't remember now because I'm just discombobulated. But I will tell you this is today I watched my fucking cat is an asshole. I watched Robot Chicken today. Like I sat down with my kids and I was watching Robot Chicken, and I was watching season 1 Robot Chicken, and that shit is still funny. And so to me, there is no contest. It is 100% Cartoon Network all day, every day.
Well, you guys are Gen Zs.
it does hurt me that there is no Avatar, but like that would be, but I can't pick Nickelodeon because of Avatar, because I did like Rocko's Modern Life and I did like Doug. I wasn't a huge Ren and Stimpy fan. I feel like that's more a dude show.
It's got boogers and fart jokes, of course.
And you know, and I did enjoy Salute Your Shorts, but I tried to rewatch it and I didn't love it. And you know, like all those Nickelodeon shows that I loved as kids, I tried to rewatch with my kids, and I was just like, oh yeah, no, these have not aged well, and they're kind of, you know, boring. Or
if
whatever.
It wasn't for Hey Dude, Ben Stiller wouldn't have a wife.
Look,
that's fine.
That's true.
So,
but I mean, I didn't even the mother load on like cartoon. I mean, I didn't even talk about Ed, and Eddie.
Oh,
I left a lot of things on the table. Hell, even right now as we speak, Craig and the Creek is one of the best damn shows, cartoons going right now.
That's because Nickelodeon's not a thing anymore. Because even
Craig of the Creek is such a good show.
Like it's fire on Cartoon Network that I just I can't, man. I just it hurts my soul because I'm like you. Like I think all of us, we all grew up on Nickelodeon, and then we hit that certain age where like we got Cartoon Network, and because I remember when I first started Cartoon Network, just played old cartoons. So I wasn't really interested, and then it just
great.
yeah. It hit a point where it just got like I said, that whole run of like Dexter and Powerpuff Girls and all that, like it hooked me, man. And I just couldn't let go.
I mean, this is going to probably be unpopular opinion, but I'm kind of even like, I think I would pick Disney XD over Nickelodeon.
Stop talking.
because then you're talking about you have Phineas and Ferb and Gargoyles, yeah, and
that was fun. That was ABC for a while. Gargoyles.
I mean, they run on Disney now.
Yeah,
like,
Disney XD. I mean, it was. What was the other one that I was thinking of? So I said Phineas and Ferb. Oh, geez, I can't remember. Oh, Gravity
Owl
Falls.
House is a classic.
Owl House.
It's a classic, like, Martin classic.
They're just like so.
You guys are both just objectively wrong. Just out of the back. Just out of pocket.
Nickelodeon was fun. There were things, but there's almost nothing that I ever watch on Nickelodeon. Like if there was a Nickelodeon app, I would not buy it because what would I want it for?
Well, not now, of course, because there's nothing on Nickelodeon now. But back in the heyday.
To watch. But like the thing is like think about when Disney came out with the app, it was fun because then we got access to all of our old Disney stuff, right? Like we got to see all the old Disney shows and everything. But like if there was a Nickelodeon app doing the same thing, which Nickelodeon arguably has been around, the Nickelodeon TV channel has been around longer than even the Disney Channel, but they just I feel bad for them because they walked so everybody else could run, but they just forgot to keep going.
Jason, you had the final word. What is your final?
Are disrespecting the greatest children content of all time. I don't even know how we're going to even go on from here with such a huge bridge between us.
Actually, they don't even have the Nickelodeon thing at Universal anymore.
You will never understand the amount of disappointment you can have as a second grader when your mom, after working 40 hours a week, buys you tickets to Double Dare live at the Georgia Arena, and Mark Summers walks right past you and doesn't pick you. So I'm actually going to go back with it and say Cartoon Network's better.
There we go. There we go. There it is.
Is that an official clean sweep we just witnessed, ladies and gentlemen?
Look,
wow.
As you say it, like there's just more better stuff on Cartoon Network. Just the end all be all. Let's just
what happens when we clean sweep. Yes, that's what happens when we clean sweep. We get around the applause.
I will never, ever forgive Mark Summers for walking past me.
Mark Summers, what the crap?
Like, if I saw Mark Summers right now in real life, I would make a mess because I know he has OCD about that sort of stuff. I would just dump all sorts of shit on the floor, like marshmallows, chocolate sauce, sawdust. I don't even know.
So you guys are nemesis, is what you're saying.
That's for you,
He
Mark
doesn't
Summers.
even know that y'all are nemesis.
Him and Donald Glover have no clue.
No clue. Walking through their lives just blind to the facts.
I'm watching you, Mark Summers. One day, I'll have my revenge. Maybe I'll have a successful children's show, where I pick adults who also used to run children's shows out of the crowd, and then they do wacky, obstacles for prizes. And then I'll walk past you, Mark Summers, and not pick you. And then you can know how it feels.
I think, didn't they say now that those were like, they've admitted that those games were rigged,
100%
so no one would
rigged,
ever win. Like they knew that no one was ever going to win them.
Because let's be honest, those shows probably cost like $20,000 to produce, and you're like giving away like Huffies and stuff. Like, there's no way it's sustainable.
Yeah.
You win a farewell brand new vacation to Universal Studios Atlanta, Florida for a family of 4. That's thousands of dollars. Nah.
Not then. Then it was probably like $150.
It was $35.
Yeah.
That's hotel included, rental car, the park passes, all in $50, whole family.
All right. Well, I'm excited about our last segment of the day. We're finally gonna wrap this show up. I know, guys, we gave you guys a jam-packed show. New segment. We were calling it, trying to figure out. I guess I came up with a name on the fly. Head cannon covers, where we basically do what your parents tell you not to do. You should never judge a book by its cover. Well, we're judging movies by their covers.
That's actually the name of the segment. Is don't judge a book by its cover, or judge a book.
Well, I feel like it was long, and it would just be synergy. We put our name in it.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry for trying a thing that would make it, ours. But all right. Sorry, guys. The segment is called "Judging a Book by Its Cover."
No, it's headcanon covers.
Oh my God!
We're adding this to the stage right now. Here's the one. Here's the first one. A question of faith. Now, what do you think this movie is going to be about? Like, give it.
Oh.
So for me, I'm going to say this movie probably is about Black people having faith with bad Tyler Perry wigs. Has a little white couple in there because you need the token white guy in a Black movie who's like down with the brothers, but maybe says it's a little bit racist, but we come together in Christ's name and we share some love. And I'm pretty sure half the women and half the men gonna cheat on each other, but find a way to resolve their marriages because they're gonna question their faith and is marriage really real, and to decide that what, it is real, and I should give my racist white friend because he is real, all in Jesus' name. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Saves you. You gotta watch the movie. Saves your time.
Lisa.
Okay, so this white couple, they have adopted this beautiful little boy, and they want him to get in touch with his culture. So they find out that they have Black neighbors, and then you find out that is the little boy that they gave up whenever they were teenagers, and now they have to figure out, how do we become his parents again? And so they're clearly praying, saying, what's the right thing to do for this boy? And then the guy in the pink shirt is like the uncle who's like, take your kid, like, fuck these white people. And
your white people kind of good.
Yeah. So yeah. So they all gotta just trust in sweet baby Jesus. And what are they gonna do? Mm-hmm.
So for me, since it's starring C. Thomas Howell, I actually think these are all his characters that he gets to play in this movie.
He's a soul man.
Obviously, the son DeMarcus here is a child prodigy at basketball, and his parents, who are actually the sister. Where's she from? She was from I can't remember. She was from maybe sisters. Maybe
about up top.
Yeah, she was.
She's Trudy in. So she was in Facts of Life, and she was also in Dexter.
Yeah, she was in Facts of Life. She wasn't Facts. She was also in another show after that.
Wasn't
She was in
Dexter. Dexter.
No, like another 80s show.
I don't know.
Either. She was in I remember. She was in Living Single.
Was she?
Too bad nobody said that like 3 times.
Yeah.
Those comments will be blowing up if we never mentioned that.
Well, obviously, little DeMarcus, he gets cancer.
Mm.
And C. Thomas Howell has a crisis of faith because he's like, why, God? Why would you give a child cancer? And since God doesn't exist, he doesn't give him an answer. But
and he's black God. Doesn't he have it hard enough?
Yeah. So,
and he's short.
He's short. So DeMarcus dies. But before he dies, he tells everybody, no, God is real. I can see him. You just have faith. And they're like, oh, thank you. This death was meant for us to become better people. So he dies, and they go, that was God telling us to be better people. Yes, he murdered a child so that we can be good and tell people about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christo. And all of the characters are played by C. Thomas Howell.
Because he's a soul man. He's a soul man. All right, what's the next?
What is the next?
You got for us?
10 out of 10 don't recommend.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 don't recommend. Here we got another one.
I can't believe I don't remember her in Living Single.
She was Regine. Not Regine. Mm-hmm. She was Regine.
She was Regine, yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Apparently I only remember Khadijah.
Hey, single. Ooh, in a 90s kind of world.
Hey.
I got my girl.
Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Yeah, that's my joint, boy.
So this is going to be a lot harder.
Especially at the end. Oh, yeah. So let's.
This movie is called Past Lives. And we have 2 people on a subway. Probably Asian. I'm not sure. They could be African. I don't know. Looking at each other, a man and a woman. So
holding a pole between them.
What do you think this movie's about?
So I'm just going to jump right in. So I personally think this actually Past Lives is actually not really a movie. It is a exercise tape for people who want to embody and strengthen their bodies by learning how to strip. So that's what that pole's in the center, and they got the man there because they want to show that, oh, this is a masculine thing to do too, like bust it wide open on the pole. So they have both of them there. And then why it's called Past Lives is because they're like, your mama probably was on the pole too. So we just want to let you know that this is how she got there in her past life before you. And so that is the movie. They're using Asian people because, you know, the new diversity thing they do in Hollywood, they can't get up for an Academy Award without at least a certain amount of people of color. So they're qualifying that while showing you how to bust it open for an Academy Award. So Past Lives. Pretty sure that's what that movie's about. Can't be about anything else besides that.
No. Okay, so here's what it's about. I'll tell you. So everybody knows you get 3 incarnations. That's it. So this is their 3rd one. So this is their final chance to make things right. And now they have met on this train by happenstance. Finally, fate has got them together and they're looking into each other's eyes. And as they're on this train ride, getting to their next step, they're remembering their past lives. So they each have to decide. They have this 4 stops to decide based on the remembering of their past lives if they should take the plunge and forgive each other. She needs to know if she can forgive him for murdering her father in a past life, and if he can forgive her for burning his favorite guitar in a past life. And then can they get together and can they finally forgive each other and live this final life? That's it.
Just like the sequel to Hancock.
Yeah.
I'm way more intrigued by that movie. Like that actually made a good movie I would want to watch, Lisa. Like
write that script right now.
Tell me more. Do they work out? Is the guitar damaging forgiven?
It was his daddy's guitar.
It was his dad's guitar. She has the whole backstory and everything. He died in World War II. He just the last thing he gave him.
He smuggled the guitar up his butt to give it to his son.
To get out of
I bet his friend did. His friend smuggled it up his butt to get it to his son.
Make the strings themselves and
I personally think this movie is what we don't see in this picture is that this train is actually filled. These two people, the man is her boss, and she is a new employee there, and the train is actually filled with their coworkers. He has just farted, and he's looking at her because she can smell it, and she knows it's him. But whether or not she's going to tell everybody in the train that smell came from the boss. And he knows, like, haha, what are you going to do? Are you going to tell everybody it's me? Because I know it's me. You know it's me. But also, I can fire you if you tell me this. Or are you the kind of person that's going to stand up to power and tell them that, yo, I farted? What kind of person are you? And she says, I'm that kind of person who also farts, making it smell twice as worse in there. She shits herself completely.
Oh, she sharks.
Yeah, just all over there. I see your fart. I raise you a shark, and they just keep going back and forth. It's actually a sequel to the Human Centipede. It's going to get real weird from there.
What? What?
Everybody, and just like everybody starts vomiting because they just keep one-upping each other. It's just a whole thing. It's disgusting. It's probably not worth mentioning that this movie in real life probably won an Oscar or something.
You know, Human Centipede does have sequels, right? You do know that, right?
Yeah, this is a sequel to the third one.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
It's in past lives. It's past gas.
I mean, not as intrigued as much to watch that one, but I mean, when it does win the Academy Gold, I'll probably tune in then at that point. Once I know
it's a metaphor about the power structure between those who have and those who have not. Like, obviously, it's a deconstruction of capitalism and our socioeconomic state and who really holds the reins of power, especially amongst the sexes. So whoever shits first shits last.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not watching Jason's movie. So.
She looks like she farted.
Okay.
Or their husband and wife. And she's like, not again, honey. He's like, I did it again. We're on the train.
I did it again.
Oops.
Callback.
Ah, yeah, that's a callback. Yeah, man.
Look at us.
Just keep rolling them back in.
Look at us.
I think it's longer than two. We'll have to save our last conversation for the beginning of next week. If that's all right with you, Jason.
We'll
file that away. Well, we'll do the tease then. Can Homelander beat all of the Justice League? We will discuss that.
We have an answer for that. There's only one right answer.
Yeah.
Don't listen. Shh.
It could be. There's two answers, or three answers, depending on how you look at it. But there's only one right one. I didn't say what that was.
Okay. Hey, it's good to be back.
Yeah.
Well, alert. Some people will die. Some people will die.
I mean, it's that kind of show, right? We could just start doing true crime. We just like take everybody and be like, oh, this actually happened. And this is not weird that we're talking about.
Tempt me with a good time, okay?
I mean,
I will do a murder podcast right now.
All the true crime podcasts that you want, and just review it for people. People that gotta watch podcasts. They can just listen.
It's all the same.
Review
this horrible thing happened.
Got it.
This horrible thing happened in real life, and we're just talking about it like it's fun.
Like and subscribe. Tell us in the comments. Do you just want us to do that? Okay, we'll just do it.
We are
actually
definitely.
Plug some stuff because that's what we do. We plug things here.
I unplug.
Review of Totally Killer on Prime is up. Review of The Burial on Prime will be up very soon. Review of Five Nights at Freddy's will be up very soon. We also have other slew of reviews coming on. Jason's looking at reviewing Wheel of Time Season 2, which he's already voiced his opinion about to us. So I'm glad he'll share it with the rest of you all so I don't have to hear it anymore. I haven't even watched it because you told me what you told me because I was like, oh, I'm so excited.
No, go watch it.
I'll wait till your review's up and then I'll watch it. I'll let you be my guiding light.
I'll be kind. I love it.
And Lisa has some reviews coming up. I think The Golden Bachelor. Lisa's going in for it. You know, Below Deck and Down Under. Ooh, what's that about? What are those about, Lisa?
Oh man, it's about yachting.
So Below Deck is about yachting, and so the Down Under version, they just like that season wrapped over the summer, and it had like huge controversy. So I am excited to talk about that. Golden Bachelor, I was forced against my will to watch it, and now I'm obsessed. So it happens. And
I have no interest in this whatsoever, but now I love it. It's the best thing ever.
Yes, and I think everybody needs to watch it, and so we can all cry every week together. And but I will do a review on that, and I think I need to do a review on Barbie too. But I've been waiting for it to come on streaming so I can watch it again, so it's fresh in my brain.
I mean, it's not free on streaming, but it is. But you know, we can make it free.
Watch Margot Robbie read the phone book, so that's fine.
Shoot, I might watch Margot Robbie just stand there.
Same. But oh gosh, I want to do a Barbie.
Just awkwardly, like you're just sitting there watching her. She's like, "Am I? Shh, don't say that."
Oh, also Beyonce's doing the same thing Taylor did. She's going to release her tour
in December
in theater. So I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, but Beyonce did it first. Okay. Even though she's doing it after her, she did it first.
You know, we can support both of them, right? Like,
it's no. There could only be one successful woman at a time, and they have to pit them against each other, and we have to like always, you know, they can never have camaraderie, or else they'll overthrow the patriarchy. Okay. We don't want.
But also, like Beyonce went to Taylor Swift's opening and like sat with her and danced along to her songs.
Yeah, but Taylor Swift was also in a press box with Jackson Mahomes, and he's a terrible person. So therefore, she's a terrible person.
Okay, you know what? I think it's been fun coming back, but I think this is my last show, guys. So thank you very much for having me.
We'll just treat you like we treat the last season of Martin, where like you and Jason just want to be on together.
We're not in the same room, but it's different shots.
Yeah,
it's always the back of my head.
Right.
Right.
Have a stand-in box that says Jason, and in reverse, what's Lisa trying to do to Lisa? Yeah.
I'm just not there. It's like, yeah, Jason. Yeah, I'm like, it's my cue. Oh yeah, what you said. I can't believe that is whack, Lisa.
But yeah, so yes, we're on the lookout for more stuff coming from Headcanon, because we're back and now we're going back to work, and the work strike is over for us, which we really weren't striking. We were just in jail, like Jason mentioned earlier. But
definitely,
in jail.
We fought the law, and the law won.
Yeah, the law beat our asses. That's what the law
that was prison. Prison beat our asses, not the law. All right, Jason, let's wrap up the show.
Yeah. Anything else we got to say? You know, any?
Oh, I have merch, but we'll do it next week because I forgot to pull it out. Yes. But we do have merch now, so we have mugs and what's the thing called? Tumblers.
Yeah.
So
yes,
I think I think we decided $20, 20 or $25 a piece. So
something super expensive because we need.
So hit us up if you want it, and you can have a mug with our face on it.
Yes, we're working on that, and I think this weekend or next weekend rather, we're going to be working on some technology and graphics for the show, so we can look special and be like,
we're about to be super fancy. So
yeah, we're gonna be
like and subscribe now while we're young and fledglings, so you can say I knew them then, but before it was cool to like them.
Yeah, when we become Mr. Beast famous and we start pitting homeless people against each other for our own entertainment for millions and millions of views, you'd be like, I remember they just reviewed movies.
Yeah,
I mean that would be.
I can't like them now because they're overhyped. Like,
they're way overhyped. I like the earlier stuff.
We get the homeless people to review it while they're fighting each other. That's the shtick now.
They review movies while they fight each other.
We take them to the movies and show them the movie.
Should be given to them
right out back in the movie theater. They fight and describe the movie as they fight.
And whoever wins is that's the opinion we give. That's the review we give. Well,
Bum fight reviews.
Cotton Joe lost, so Oppenheimer 1 out of 5. I'm sorry.
Right. Oh man, the things we'll do with money that we shouldn't do.
It corrupts all of us.
I just want to swim in a swimming pool of it like Scrooge McDuck. Like, I don't think that that's too much to ask for.
I'm surprised Mr. Beast hasn't done that yet.
But I feel like, I feel like if you do that, the paper cuts would be brutal. And 2, because money's so dirty, I feel like they would get infected. Like, that would be the beginning of the zombie outbreak. Let's just call it what it would be. If he did it, he would get cut by paper cuts for money, and it will get infected because all the dirty, greasy hands of money being transferred, and he'll be the first zombie, and it just will spread like wildfire. And the next thing you know,
worth it.
As long as I can like spit it up like water, like Scrooge McDuck does, yeah, it's totally.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Wait, was that it? That was a Disney show. See,
DuckTales.
Again, Nickelodeon loses.
I
Thus
mean,
ends our show, everybody.
Fuck you, Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon sucks. Have a nice night. First episode back, everybody. Woo! You get the button anytime you want, Jason.
Oh yeah. Yes, she deserves to die. And,
I hope she wears in hell.